Fiorentina, who have also contributed greatly. And there'll be a lot of football to enjoy in this part of Italy, I'm sure.
Can make history here today. As long as they don't lose to Lazio, they will equal a 36-year-old Italian record by going 40 league games unbeaten. That was the mark set by Fiorentina way back in 1956. Milan with 4 wins in 4 league matches this season. That's the latest indication of the formidable force they have become. Lazio, though, are also unbeaten. Fabio Capello has announced this Milan team. Rossi back in goal. The only non-international, the goalkeeper, now that Tassotti has finally represented Italy at the age of 32. Frank Rijkaard isn't fit, which allows Roberto Donadoni back into the side and also frees one of the places for foreigners. So Jean-Pierre Papin plays in the league team for the first time since the opening day of the season. Good news for Lazio, they're able to field the same 11 which thrashed Parma 5-2 a couple of weeks ago. That's their only win so far, to go with 4 draws. Karl-Heinz Riedler is the missing foreigner today. Paul Gascoigne took another big step towards full match fitness by playing the full 90 minutes for England against Norway in the World Cup qualifier. And 7-goal Giuseppe Signori, the top scorer in the Italian league, has recovered from the ankle problem which kept him out of Italy's World Cup tie at home to Switzerland. Loris Stafoggia is the man in charge today. It's Lazio then to kick off. They've shown already that they are a most useful attacking side. Their defending hasn't been quite so authoritative, and obviously that's an area where they would expect to be examined in this match. Milan with 15 goals in their 4 league games. But funnily enough, they found it more profitable playing away than here at San Siro. And if you're experiencing a little problem or two with our pictures today, apologies for that, and we're doing everything possible to sort that out quickly. Trying to sort out their defending now is the difficulty for Lazio, as Hullet tries to pick out those who are darting into the centre, and really for Milan there weren't quite enough of them then. Lazio looking for an offside that wasn't forthcoming, and Hullet, at least at club level, somewhat rejuvenated, already has caught the eye. Cravero has the responsibility of marshalling Lazio at the back. Donadoni to take the corner, a player of his talent, not assured of a regular place in Milan's league team. That's the measure of the playing staff here. Fuser, who was, of course, with Milan last season and scored in this corresponding fixture only last May for the team he's facing today. He's the Lazio number 7. Aaron Winter. Gascoigne showing his strength on the ball. He really exceeded all expectations by lasting the full game for England on Wednesday. And given his lack of match fitness, that might just be something that leaves a little bit of a scar on him physically today. We shall see. But he's getting better and better with every match, and that can only be good news for his Italian club. Down goes Thomas Doll. Great competition between 4 foreigners here. The 3 that are playing just in your picture all together momentarily then. Winter the Dutchman, Doll the German, and Paul Gascoigne from England. Van Basten. Well, Baresi's made a run to the left of Donadoni, who looks more to the centre. Papin, who was his usual outstanding self for France in their World Cup win against Austria in Paris in midweek. Scored early in the game and then rather blotted his copybook late on by missing a penalty. Baresi, his international days behind him. But Tassotti, who's been on the fringe for such a long time, finally making it into the Italian team this season. I'm sure Arrigo Sacchi recognising better than anyone Tassotti's true value. Lentini. It's rather booted forward by Clavero. Signori, though, has to be watched closely. Tassotti gets it long. But if there is a recognised recipe, although it's an elusive one, Milan seem very close to finding the formula for guaranteed success. You get the best players, and then you stimulate them to work hard, work at the level that perhaps lesser players have to do to earn a career in the game. And with the competition here, no one gives an inch in the red and black, otherwise they're out of the team. Here's Fusa. Well, Milan will know all about his shooting from long range, and they won't want to allow him to get into a position where he might test out Rossi. Here's Doll with plenty of space. And Milan that time couldn't prevent the shot coming in. Baresi having a little word with Costa Curta and Tassotti. Thomas Doll was sent off in this stadium the last time Lazio played here. Van Basten cuts it back well. Oh, here's Hullet! Breathtakingly brilliant, the volley. Bit hard on the goalkeeper Fiore, who came for the cross, conscious that Papin was coming in, and it fell straight to Hullet. But even so, it took real precision to hit the ball this straight with this power to give Milan the lead. But Hullet was up to that, and he really is back in business after the furrowed brows and the sad expressions that we saw from him earlier in the year, when he really wondered about his future with Milan. He's already, one hopes, temporarily turned his back on the Dutch national team. Here's another Dutchman, Aaron Winter. Good try. And Milan just in danger of showing that they are human by losing a bit of concentration. Well, on this big day for the club, when a record can be equalled, Papa is going to get a second one. Two in little over a minute for Milan. The Masters have already got the game in their grip. And how do you stop them? They can play it short, they can play it long. They always, it seems, play it well. And Jean-Pierre Papin has his first Italian league goal. Athletically lifting it past the goalkeeper and keeping his balance to complete the formality. That means a great deal personally. Offside, but it was close. Against Signori. Well, to play as a defender for Milan, it must be an odd experience, really, because you go into every game surely feeling that whatever the opposition can muster to damage Milan at the back, the team will score more and more and more. But there have been signs
If Lazio can keep up their efforts to look for them. Here's Papan again, they might be 3 down, and they very nearly were. Well stopped, Fiori. I was going to say there were signs for Lazio to look for to get back into the game. Had this gone in, surely there would have been no route back. It's a corner. Doll, it only drops to Tassotti. Donadoni, who'd taken the corner. Albertini this time, and Fiori makes another fine save. Well, you're watching here something very, very special. I think Lazio, even in defeat as it's looking as though it will be, must be proud to be on the same pitch. It's 2-0, it could have been 4, and we've had, well, a little over 15 minutes. Well, it's not pretty viewing from the Lazio point of view, but from sheer football excellence, as I say, it's a pleasure to be in this particular stadium on this day. And Lazio doing more than making up the numbers. They've got a goal through Winter, and those defensive shortcomings, which had been apparent even in Milan's domination early on, exposed this time at the cost of a goal, and Baresi allowing Doll to get past him. Rossi taken out by the cross, and Aaron Winter stooping to conquer. Milan 2, Lazio 1. Fabio Capello concerned about complacency. We're not yet halfway through the first half. Well, already this season, the capacity to score has been so much increased by not just Milan, but other clubs in this Italian league as well. Here's Lentini with the opportunity to restore some order. For the league that produced for years and years the most dogged defenders, the Italian clubs so disciplined at the back, so good at denying the opposition openings, but here a whole catalogue of chances, and that's the way it's been going up and down the league. Now Doll. Favale, one of the Italian Olympic squad. Well, I wonder what's going through Paul Gascoigne's mind. So often he's the dominant figure when he plays, but he's a bit part player today, so far. Donadoni, Gascoigne trying to get to him, and then to Baresi. Guided off beautifully by Hullet. Albertini. Milan do make every game they play look like an exhibition, but a 2-1 and maybe a little bit extra stress on them today simply because of the statistics of their unbeaten run. Baresi, and once more they've opened Lazio up. Papin's put it over the top. The French phenomenon who served Marseille so splendidly but couldn't resist the opportunity to come up one more level, as this league surely is. Long ball from Bacci. He's greeted by derision from supporters who are reared here on more sophisticated stuff. Milan have won 26 and drawn 13 of these 39 games unbeaten. Fiorentina's 40 had 22 wins and 18 draws. So certainly in terms of points, they are entitled to claim that they've actually done better. But this game's got to be sorted out before any analysis can be completed. Van Basten pulled down by Gregucci. Was it outside the area? It's a penalty. And will Gregucci survive? The referee's run away, having pointed to the spot. And Gregucci was the last man. He was first in the race to start with, but he looked away from the ball. That was his mistake. And the rugby tackle there really should be penalised by a red card. Gregucci stays on. Van Basten against Fiori. The goalkeeper got close, but not close enough. A third for Milan. Van Basten's 7th goal of the season. It puts him level with Signori. Well, you wonder whether the foul started outside the area, but I think morally the referee was right, and if he's been generous to Gregucci, he's certainly given Milan what they felt they deserved, and the goal followed from Van Basten. Half-time whistle. Milan go off 3-1 in front. It could have been double that. They've been threatening to really run right, but Rossi has been beaten by the header from Aaron Winter. But Milan with 2 quick goals at the outset. A wonderful volley from Hullet. Papin pouncing just over a minute after that. And then the penalty, which was conceded by Gregucci, who was lucky not to be sent off. He was then taken off. Van Basten scored 3-1 at half-time to Milan. Milan start the second half. Their 2 previous games here this season in the league, relatively narrow victories. 1-0 over Foggia, 2-0 over Atalanta, but 3-1 here. Lazio have looked at their best when they've been attacking. They haven't had the ball as often as they would like to do that. You really wouldn't put any money on them not conceding further goals. Fusa there with a good cross. They might yet score again. And Aaron Winter again coming in to attack the cross as he did when he scored. A player of enormous value to Ajax in his time in Holland. And the general opinion here is there was such concern about Gascoigne's injury that kept him out since May '91 until his comeback last month, that Gascoigne wouldn't actually be out there playing this early in this season, but he's defied the doctors, and with every match he'll be getting nearer and nearer to the product that Lazio originally invested in before the injury in the 1991 English Cup final. Here's Dom. Linking up well with Winter. Gascoigne to the left. And cutting in and trying to slide it across. Signori left just a little disappointed. Particularly now that Van Basten has equalled his tally of goals. Signori has made a sensational start to his life with Lazio. Recruited from Foggia. Here he is. Quick and particularly strong on his left side. Well, Fabio Capello showing some concern, but I think every coach in the world would like to have his life. It's degrees, really, isn't it, that you're dealing with between brilliant and good. Rarely gets less than that. Fusa. Nice change of direction. Doll. Gascoigne. Oh, Winter. Nicely done this by Lazio. Fusa lets fly. Oh! Well, the best you can say about that is it's in Milan's class. The ball's in their net, though. And Fusa makes a point against his old club. But even prior to that, the passes were put together with rare precision. And then Fusa with a fantastic shot. And it's back at 3-2. Lazio go off to London straight after this game for a match in 2 days' time, which is part of the Gascoigne transfer deal against Tottenham. They've had one game here. They're calling it for the Capital Cup. The capital cities of the two countries, of course, Rome and London, the homes of the two clubs involved. Lazio won the first game 3-0, which was Gascoigne's very first competitive match back after his injury, and he scored the opening goal. Long ball, oh, it's over the top of Bonamy, and they pull Van Basten down again. The substitute falling into the same trap as the player he replaced. It's a second penalty. And Dino Zoff is absolutely appalled by it. He's obviously been making the point. But he grabbed him round the waist, and he can't do that. Van Basten happy to accept the fall when he could have gone on and tried to get to the ball. But as the penalty taker himself, he probably thinks he's got a better chance here. And who could blame him? This then for 4-2, and to take Van Basten to 8 in the league so far this season. It's only their 5th game, remember. That's it. That's in the book. Well, Milan have their 2-goal margin again. Always a guessing game to take 2 penalties in the match. He goes the same way, so did the goalkeeper. But the outcome was exactly the same. The placement just too good. We've got Lazio within range with that super strike 7 minutes into the second half. Then came Milan's second penalty. Bacci. Cravero, who's seen destined never to leave Torino. Basten's header, the movement on the right comes from Hullet. Luzardi's gone across, and Hullet tried too much. Favali on to Doll. Signori, there's no offside. Baresi hesitated and can't make up the ground, and Signori slots it in. And Lazio continue to keep the game going. Milan looked at the linesman. Doll's ball played from quite deep, travelled a long way. Baresi had stepped up. The flag stayed down. Still plenty for Signori to do, but it looked like the man in form that he is. So he, like Van Basten, has 8 goals in the Italian league already this season, and it's hardly got going. Massaro and Simone get the call. But it's always difficult for Capello to decide who to come off. Well, you're looking at all-time greats being replaced here. Papin and Hullet. They've played their parts, they've each scored a goal. And I'm sure they will recognise the value in just a little fresh running in attack in a match which Milan so many times seem to have settled, but Lazio haven't let them get away with it. Fuse. Clearance by Maldini, and he shrugged Dole's somewhat cynical attempts to get to the ball aside. Buzzardi. Cravero. Buzzardi again. Lifted forward by Van Basten for Lentini. He's got behind Bacci. And there it is, Simone! So Fabio Capello can claim a real involvement in that one. And you can see his pleasure down on the bench. He's made the switch. And one of his substitutes strikes almost straight away. Van Basten, a beautiful ball. Strong running from Lentini. Wasn't truly hit by Simone, but sometimes a mishit can fool a goalkeeper, and this might come into that category. It was a side-footed attempt at a ball that was off the ground, and it's ended up in the net. That's all that matters for Milan. And, well, they've led 2-0, they've led 3-1, they've led 4-2, and now it's 5-3. Maldini. Knocked away by Rossi. The whistle went to mouth then from the referee, as if he was going to call it to a halt. Like many of us, perhaps he feels he doesn't want it to stop. But all good things have to come to an end, and this was very, very good indeed. For the neutral, for the football lover around the world, for Milan, of course, but not without difficulties. And even in a way in defeat for Lazio, who played a major part and scored 3 times against the champions, but couldn't stop them equalling Fiorentina's record of 36 years ago. Daniel Fonseca. The feverish intensity for football here, now embracing